Previously on Breaking Point 3.
Which is why, in the event of my death, I leave Butler Global and all of its assets to my son, Devon.
You'll be great. That's what he wanted. Just don't fire me, yeah? It's not meant to be like this. I haven't even cried. I see Devon upset and I resent him for it. And I've tried blanking it out. Suck it up and drive, you know. All I can think is I'm doing exactly what the great Davidoff Butler would have wanted me to do. And I hate him for it.
You need to talk to someone about this, Callie.
What do you think I am doing?
Because I'm telling you now, there is something wrong with her. She's not right in the head. Why can't anyone else see it?
It's complicated for her.
How is it different for her? How is the death of my father different for her?
Because your father had 2 kids, and he only raised 1.
Your services at Connorsport are no longer required, mate. I hereby terminate your contract.
So why did you take the position as team principal at Connorsport, having stepped down from the role only 2 seasons prior?
You have kids?
Yes.
Okay, so one of them calls you and says, I need you. You're there, right? Any parent would be.
As once again, it's Max Verstappen, champion of the world. Red Bull, brilliant celebrations.
I think with F1, I was an addict.
Dad, you ready?
And I was missing more birthdays, school plays, stupid stuff. Really important stuff. So, yeah, I think Devon did me a favor. For once, I felt I was exactly where I needed to be. And I wasn't going anywhere.
So it's safe to say it was a pretty impactful last episode of this Breaking Point 3 playthrough, as we now come to several months later at the Australian Grand Prix, Chapter 8, with the disappointing end to the 2024 season now firmly behind them. Connorsport look to start their 2025 season in a similar fashion to the last, with a strong start at the inaugural race in Melbourne. So we are now transitioning from 2024 to 2025 in-game with the current crop of cars and driver transfers, etc. From the fallout of what was obviously a disappointing end to last season, we're now playing as Andrea O'Connor as the team principal, and a problem called Devon just keeps coming up, huh? They're loving this title for this, various story events. Turns out Harmonia have been found guilty in court. Lovely. The brand that Devon wants us to court for a sponsorship has been found guilty. And it's an example of how to run a prosecution. Oh dear. The press are already asking us to comment were Connorsport planning on having a sponsorship deal with them. We can deny it or downplay it. We receive interest from lots of companies. There's nothing more to it than a polite chat, because they were seen, I think, with Devon before, I think, at some point. So I feel like let's just go for deny. We kind of have to. If they've been found guilty, you can't be just going, oh yeah, we kind of, maybe talk to them. That's kind of the kind of thing you want to push away with a barge pole, really, as we now get a phone call from the man himself.
Devon. Andrea, we're slower than Red Bull.
In qualifying, yes. Let's actually get into a race first, though, no? Race pace is a different beast.
When will we have our first upgrade package? We need to take the fight to Red Bull early so we're not chasing our tail.
Soon, Devon. We're working on it.
Work quicker. Got to take another call. Bye.
Devon seems somehow even more desperate and, pressurized than Davidoff was. I love the way he just started that phone call so bluntly. We're slower than Red Bull. We're just slower. We're just slower. There's no context to it or no actual preamble or whatever. He just got straight into it. We don't need to worry. It's so early on in the season. Let's see how things progress. I think Devon's being a little bit irate as we look through some articles, and it's a bit sad to see, isn't it? Ackerman, a final farewell as he squashes the comeback rumours. Casper's retired for good. He's ready to kick up his feet, spend time with his daughter, and fair play to him, to be honest. That end of the last part, it made a lot of sense. As much as I would have loved to see Casper come back in the story, it seems like he is maybe gone for good as we go through emails from Mike, obviously one of the guys from Butler Global, and he wants to have more conversations about cutting the costs, as we alluded to in the last part, but basically, hopefully we can avoid that convo as long as we can. A story event coming up titled The Title Fight. Our head of aerodynamics, Vontae Goad, is still leading the development on upgrade package, but progress continues to be slow due to results from the wind tunnel not being represented on track. We need to bring some performance gains. How do you want to proceed? Replace him immediately, encourage him, warn him. Level 5 is the replace one. I always feel like if we've got an unlocked option, we should go for it. Immediately replace them with their assistant, Sarah, who was previously overlooked. So this was, if you remember in the previous part, we said we'll delay promoting her straight away. And now it circles back that this is the right time to now slot her in. She'll be very motivated as now we move to It's All for Charity. Latest partnership with Charity's been in touch about the rumors about Butler Global and a proxy, and by proxy Connor Sports, involvement with Harmonia, basically. So we've got to either reassure them or dissolve the partnership. And it seems like this is going to equal a bonus objective in the first race of the season in 2025. Dissolving means we have to beat Piastri and Antonelli. It boosts our performance overall attribute, and then reassuring will boost our reputation attribute and is a slightly different bonus objective. It's a bit hard to know which one to go here. I mean, they're kind of, you know, they're not both already solving any issues. Dissolving the partnerships, just kind of, you know, easily cutting ties. Reassure is also just pushing or kicking the can down the road, so to speak. So I'm not really sure. I'm kind of more looking at the bonus objective, and finishing 4th or above, I think, seems a little bit better maybe. So we're going to go for that with the reputation bonus as we now head into then mid-race for the Australian Grand Prix. A difficult Saturday for Connor Sport and Aiden Jackson resulted in a less than ideal starting position for the Australian Grand Prix. However, the team hope a late pit stop may provide the opportunity to steal a few positions from their rivals in the closing stages of the race.
It's been a terrific day here in Melbourne so far. Loving the action, but I would say not loving the lack of surprises.
A bit predictable, yeah, you're right, Crofty, with Red Bull. They've hit the ground running here in Melbourne. The car looks like a dream to drive. The one thing that surprised me, though, this weekend is that Connor Sport haven't really been there. In qualifying, they weren't there, and in the race today as well.
You're not wrong, Ant, but look, Jackson's just made a late stop here, so maybe he can salvage something.
So I think it's going to be time to go, and push like an absolute stabbed rat in this first race of 2025 in the story mode. Finish 7th or above is the kind of, you know, base objective. Of course, we've got the bonus one that we already know about, which is 4th or above to reassure our charity partner that, you know, the business with Harmonia is nothing more than just, you know, silly hoo-ha, basically. And so we're aiming for that P4 and hopefully more, I guess, as we go down the inside of Ollie Behrman. We're on the soft tyre after this late pit stop. So we should be absolutely rapid as we make quick work of Ollie Behrman. Now catching up to our own teammate, Callie Mayer. Now in the 2025 Connor Sport car with a slight bit of difference, obviously, to the livery and the shape. And, of course, now the new grid with the likes of Antonelli alongside Russell. We already overtook one of the new rookies in Formula One now here in the story. Now making a pass on Russell. This is for the main objective of 7th or above and get the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Well, we're definitely setting the fastest lap already. Purple on the top left, and now making quick work of Antonelli on the inside. Going to catch him a little bit unawares as he's too busy focusing on Oscar Piastri, and now opening DRS, plenty of battery use, and coming at Piastri at a rate of knots, faking to the right, going to the left of the home hero, who's struggling for pace, it seems, in P6 nowadays, as we're up into P5. Bit of time to find versus Leclerc, but by the last lap of the Grand Prix, we are going to catch up to Leclerc, and this is crucial then, because this is for our bonus objective. Getting Leclerc here, we have to do it to reassure our charity partner as we have a little bit of turbulent air, a little bit awkward into that corner to make a move instead, waiting, but a lot of understeer with the dirty air and understeering into the grass momentarily, both of us going a little bit wide as Leclerc tries to defend, but we've got DRS open on the outside and just easy does it. Keep to the racing line, no funny business, don't need to be too over aggressive, and we're going to finish off this race in P4. It's a solid comeback, and it hopefully is a solid enough start to appease Devon.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home. Yeah, good day out, almost great. Nice job, everyone.
Well, there you have it. A fresh start for everyone here in Melbourne. But is it the start that they would have wanted? Well, for many teams, I think the answer will be no.
Yeah, Red Bull establishing themselves early on, which should come as no surprise. It will be fascinating, though, to see if any other team can step up and keep pace with them this year.
Yeah, an intriguing start to this 2025 season. Can't wait to see what it brings.
Aiden Jackson manages to bring the Connor Sport car to life in the dying stages of the race to secure some much-needed points for the team in the season opener, post-race of the Australian Grand Prix. It's a solid start. I feel like there's still going to be a lot of pressure from Devin Butler, but it's a pretty short and sweet opening chapter for 2025 as we just go through the articles. Red Bull still leading the way then, so quite funny in a way that the story mode, obviously they couldn't foresee what was going to happen in 2025, where Red Bull have rocked up with a, you know, just as difficult of a car as it was at the end of 2024, but you know, they've written it as if Red Bull are going to be going on for another really dominant display in terms of car performance, and it's not like the McLaren, for example, but in hindsight, they probably started writing this story ages ago. As we now get into Chapter 9 then, several weeks later for the Chinese Grand Prix. As the F1 grid heads to Shanghai for the Chinese Grand Prix, Devin Butler looks to light a spark under a Connor Sport team that has yet to reach its full potential this season. Why do I feel like that is going to rub them the wrong way?
The board won't do anything extreme.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
Let me draft something for you, Devon. Leave it with me.
Right, I just want a couple of minutes of your time, then I'll hand you over to Andreo. We have the resources this season. We've got a great team, and we've got my expertise to guide us. I don't know how else to tell you, but we have to make another title run.
Shame we don't have the guy who led us in the title race last season.
You let it go, Cal. Casper doesn't want to come back.
I'm not surprised.
They were at each other constantly. They never really reconciled over Davidoff. Callie was still angry about Casper. Yeah, it was rough.
Okay, so it'll be a two-stop. And
Yeah, you can tell Mike you absolutely can play over the dog leg on the third because I've done it, mate. Yeah. Ciao, man. You saying?
the data suggests we are looking at a two-stop race. We think Red Bull will do the same, so we are relying on your performance, okay?
Why not go for a one-stop?
Devon, the data says...
Yeah. Listen, you don't beat Red Bull by copying them. Go for a one-stop with a long second stint. I've spoken to the strategist. Trust me, it's going to work.
We have a plan. We go with the data.
It's worth considering.
Seriously? Who do you want to side with, Aiden? The guy who spent weeks formulating strategy and analyzing data, or the guy who's desperately trying to do 3 different jobs at the same time?
You got something to say, Cal?
Who are you trying to be, Dev? The CEO of Butler Global? The owner of Connor Sport Racing? Or the team principal?
I have to look after all of it. It's kind of my job now.
Just because Dad told you to doesn't mean you should.
What I say goes.
But you don't drive the car anymore, Dev. So I think when we're on the track, we go with Andreo's plan, the plan that's actually backed by the data. Aiden?
Yeah,
Jackson, don't you dare.
You don't win a race on a hunch, Dev.
She's got a point. Sorry.
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. 2-stop, as discussed. Thank you, everyone. I'll be in the garage in a few minutes. Find me if you need me. I welcome your ideas. You know that. But this division is bad for the team. You should speak to me first.
You think I'm doing too much?
Yes.
Was that it?
Callie's right.
Ooh, things are getting a little bit tense in the Connor Sport room there. Clashing of heads on the strategy. That is never a good idea. You have to be aligned in these kind of ways as we receive a phone call from Callie.
Hey, Callie. I heard you were after me.
Yeah, just wanted to check in on the car. I'm buzzing to test the new upgrade.
Final checks on the car happening right now. Upgrade looks good. First of the season. And more to come in the European leg. Let us know how you find it, yes? Your feedback is vital.
Cool. Well, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Find it difficult to remember that sometimes.
Yes, you and me both. And, listen, I know there's been some chatter about strategy, but no matter what, we'll be quick. Or at least quicker. Just control what you can control.
Well, can't wait to see what I can do. Thanks for the chat. And, see you in the garage.
See you there. Bye.
Andrea's always the voice of reason, I feel. He's a good mediator between... I mean, Casper was that same good voice, but clearly, you know, obviously Devon had it more out for Casper. Andrea, maybe he respects him more because he was like a team owner originally, whereas Casper drafted in his team principal by his father, never really gelled with him, never had to really answer to him in that kind of way, like properly, whereas Andrea like literally owned this team beforehand, so maybe that's why he doesn't give him as much crap as Casper. As we go through the emails, further delays to the campaign, but we're trying to obviously get movement on the watch company because they've got a contract in place, and then we are flat out ignoring Mike Radford at this stage, the Butler Global shareholder liaison. We are completely blanking him with the email hello question mark. We're going for the strategy. If I haven't heard about the financial issue, it doesn't exist. You know, we're going for that tried and true method that never fails, does it? As we now come through with some more story events, contract renewal. Noah Bell, our reserve driver's contract, coming to an end after the 25 season. In the past, he's always been expressed how happy he is here and would like to continue the journey. However, his agent's been in contact, painting a much different picture. They're saying Noah's been unhappy for some time, feeling undervalued. There's been some chatter in the paddock about interest from other teams. Altogether, they're clearly communicating to us that Noah should be on a better contract going forwards. How should we respond? We can increase the offer, call their bluff, talk to Noah. I don't even remember Noah stepping in. You can see call their bluff talks about the opportunity they had in 23 in the 23 season, so that would have been breaking point 2. Don't even remember. That's how little impact he had, but I want to go and call his bluff. I feel like that's my management style in these situations. Call their bluff. Let's really see what they're made of, and we'll see if that is going to be the right way to go, I suppose, down the line later in this video. As we now get on towards the Chinese Grand Prix mid-race then, obviously with that strategy difference. Chapter 9, an untimely safety car has put Callie Mayer in a difficult position in the late stages of the Chinese Grand Prix. Having pitted prior to the safety car, Mayer now finds herself on older tyres than her rivals behind. That's the worst scenario ever. Pitting just before a safety car comes out, or your rivals benefit with the free pit stop, is an absolute nightmare, and it's one we're going to have to try and manage now as Callie in this race.
Okay, so that safety car wasn't too helpful for us. We are going to need you to hang on to these tyres right till the end now, please, Callie.
I'm losing grip out here.
Yeah, I know, copy that. But there isn't much we can do about that. Let's focus and see if we can hold off those that are coming up behind.
I'll try.
3 laps to go. It's well, it's a long while when you've got very worn tyres. How worn exactly? I'm not too sure as we head into turn 1, and there's immediately absolutely no grip. So that's how worn our tyres are. Literally turned normally, and there was no response on the front end. So this actually may be a bit of a challenge. It might be one of the more challenging races we've had to do in the story mode so far, as those are pretty worn. You know, for the situation, and China is not really a place where you want all 4 tyres that worn out, to be honest. As, well, one of the objectives is hold off Hamilton and finish ahead of him, and then the other one is beating a target time within 2 laps, a 140 dead. Right now, our current best simulated before we got onto the race scenario is a 141.1. So let's see what we can do in this first lap. I suspect we probably won't be that quick with that turn 1 off. And you know what? Hamilton's having a good go at us. We actually might have to fight for this holding of Hamilton and finishing ahead of him objective is the Ferrari is round the outside. Obviously, we know how well Hamilton did in Ferrari around Shanghai. I almost forgot for a second, of course, yeah, this is now the first time we're seeing Hamilton in the Ferrari inside of this Connor Sports story mode, Breaking Point 3, as we are now on the last lap of the Grand Prix. We've beaten the target time, and thankfully Hamilton, he's clearly started to face tyre wear because he kind of fell away from us and wasn't pressurizing us till the end of the race. So Max Verstappen is going to win once more here in China, but we are going to have a podium. It's a solid effort.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in. Callie Mayer, what an impressive drive that was today. The safety car came out at just about the worst time, but she hung on, really impressively turning it into a good result.
It's what a good driver has to do, Crofty, make the best out of a bad situation. It clearly wasn't their plan, but she managed her tyres beautifully there at the end.
And managed it to the extent that Connor Sport now move into third place, just behind Ferrari in the standings.
So we're still behind, you know, two teams there in the championship, but it's still a pretty good start for the situation.
Callie, that safety car really did throw a spanner in the works for you today. How on earth did you manage to cope so well with the change of strategy?
Yeah, it was tough out there today, and I could really feel the tyres giving up towards the end. I just focused on keeping the input smooth, reducing the strain as much as possible. It wasn't a great place to find myself in, but I'm pleased with what I achieved, given the circumstances.
And congratulations are in order. Connor Sport are now third in the Constructors. How significant is that for the team?
It's huge for the team. Andrea's done a great job, so has Aiden, and every single person in this Connor Sport team has been working flat out to maximise the car. To be this high up on the table is the result of a massive team effort. So, yeah, you know, feels good to see the team's hard work starting to pay off.
How important was this race for you personally, given such a tough start to the season?
This kind of race, you know, it can help to build confidence, and confidence is important for me. I just need to carry on this momentum into the next race.
Well, a good showing today, and that is despite the controversy about a potential deal with Harmonia. Tell me how hard it is to put that just to one side and perform on track.
Look, my job is to race. That's all I do. What happens above me, I mean, sure, I can say what I think, but ultimately you are asking the wrong person.
Well, thank you for chatting with us. Great to have your time.
I think overall we did pretty well with those answers and answered them pretty fairly, I think, and got some good feedback from them as we now go to post-race at China. Impressive tyre management from Callie Mayer resulted in a strong finish for Connor Sport in Shanghai, albeit one predicted upon a strategy markedly similar to the one she openly rejected when proposed by her brother and team owner, Devon Butler. Oh, it's about to get juicy, I fear.
Callie.
What?
If this is going to work, you're going to have to start listening to me.
I'm the one that needs to listen.
The one stop was the right call.
It was a hunch. We got lucky.
Connor Sport can't afford to have a driver that's constantly fighting the owner.
Right, so first you fire Casper, and now it's me. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to make changes.
Threatening my career to keep a check on me. Now, why does that feel familiar?
Don't make this about him.
Then stop acting like him.
The whole world is comparing me to the old man. And now it seems my own sister's joining the act. Great.
You inherited the empire. The business goes to you, all to you, and yet somehow you're the victim.
You think this is easy for me?
No, I just think it's all about you.
It's about the team, Callie. Listen to me. This season must be a success.
It's your team, Dev, so whatever you want.
You know what? You're right. It is my team. I did inherit the empire. So that means you do what I say next time.
How about you work with the team?
I own the team!
But you're not part of it. What is your official role? You keep trying to do Andrea's job. You're throwing mad ideas out there, hoping to get lucky, and then disappearing off to take phone calls every 5 minutes. You are all over the place, Dev. You are panicking. And panicking doesn't win titles.
I need to take this. Mike.
Oh, you're a joke.
Hello, mate. Yeah, no, amazing, yeah.
He never fails to amaze me. That ending bit, like, hey, yeah, amazing. Just after literally, he's just done exactly what he's critiqued in that conversation, hasn't he? Is Andrea's calling us?
Andrea, listen, I know it looks bad, but that's just me and Devon, okay? Siblings argue.
Callie, I was just calling to say, great drive today.
Oh.
It was a champion's drive. You're the new tire whisperer on the grid now.
Thanks. Cheers. I mean, the upgrade made a real difference. I spent the first few races wishing I was in a Red Bull, but after today, maybe I won't be knocking on their door just yet.
My job is to give you the best car on the grid.
Let's keep pushing, yeah? There's always more time to find.
Well said. Listen, relax tonight, yes? Enjoy your evening.
You too. Bye.
Oh, so there's a little bit of chatter, a little bit of bust-up, or not a bust-up, a feud, a public spat between the siblings. Never good in the paddock, you know. The team members were seeing us in the background, and it's this isn't good. Like, they need to resolve this at some point, but they're just digging each other more and more. The situation is becoming worse and worse because things are getting more bitter, and they're not really speaking how they really feel about that issue of clearly Devin wants her to feel more upset. She also is struggling with that sort of thing. It's just going to play on them, and it's going to maybe affect things as we go on through this season. Like, it's a ticking time bomb, in my opinion. We already saw it a little bit last episode with the Dutch Grand Prix issue in the 24 seasons. We now go to 1 month later then. At the Spanish Grand Prix, Chapter 10, frustrated with the constant arguing between the Connosport siblings, Aiden Jackson takes it upon himself to try and mend the relationship between his teammate Callie Mayer and team owner Devin Butler.
It was too much. Constant fights between Devon and Callie. I took it upon myself to get them talking again, outside of official Connosport business.
And how did that go?
Just let them adjust the camber cow, take it out next practice, see how it feels. It's no big deal.
It's not your call, Devon.
Look, if we have a good weekend, we overtake Ferrari. I'm just trying to... Oh! No. Hello, mate. All right. Yeah, I was just about to call you about that, actually. That's
Callie, all right, buddy?
Buddy?
Yeah, buddy, buds, compadre.
Looks like the Aiden bot has finally malfunctioned. Are you all right?
Just saying hello.
You're being weird, Aiden. What's going on?
You should talk to him.
Who?
Your brother?
You know what he's like. He's difficult.
Callie, it's important. Look,
I'm
you
getting
can't
a drink. Do you want a drink? Coffee? Smoothie?
It's a nice try by Aiden. It's a nice try. And again, I said this in the last part. That's character growth. Because Aiden from Breaking Point 1, and even 2 maybe, would never have done that. He would have been a bit too selfish, a bit too me. But he sees the good of the team. You know, it's in the best interest to solve that. As we have a story event about the title fight, the upgrade package, who should get it, as there's priority to be chosen. And I like the notion of Aiden's been playing the team game for ages. Time he's got a reward. I think Callie's fair enough that she'll hear that out. And to be fair, Callie in this story is a good enough driver where she doesn't need the priority upgrade. Aiden might need the upgrade to help him out a little bit. And also, if Aiden is going to try or still trying to mend the relationship, in a weird way, karma-wise, he kind of deserves maybe a bit of on-track performance for also trying to smooth out the issues going on with the team right now. So I've gone with Aiden getting that first upgrade. And speaking of the devil...
Just tried talking to Callie.
No joy?
She won't even engage with it. Completely shut me off.
That's not unexpected. And Devon?
I'll pick my moment.
Ugh. They're making this difficult for us. I just want to bash their heads together.
Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay, thanks, Hayden. I'll wait to hear. Hello, Devon.
How we doing? All set?
Yep, all good. We had a small software issue, but we turned it off and on again, and the upgrade package is nearly ready. But listen, I'm glad you called because, well, I need to ask you what's going on with you.
I'm fine, mate. All gravy.
No, listen to me. You're going through a lot, yes? You're making good decisions, and you're making bad decisions. Now, you remember I covered for you on the Harmonia stuff. You know I don't like lying. So why on earth are you making decisions like this?
Look, I'm trying my best, okay? There's a lot going on. I'm dealing with it all on my own.
You're not on your own, Devon. I'm here to support, no matter what. Even when things get tough. But right now, we are not working as a team at all. You have to learn to lean on someone. For the sake of the team.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Look, I need to go, but, thank you for the chat. We'll talk more soon. Ciao.
Ciao. Hey, Callie.
So, Aiden said he doesn't actually want the upgrade package and that he'd rather it went to me.
Ha, ha, ha. Very convincing.
How come he gets it, though?
He's been playing the team game for a long time. But in truth, it was a bit of a 50-50.
If I slashed his tires, would I get it then?
Callie?
Kidding.
Listen, even without the upgrade, the car will be quick. You can have a big impact here.
Watch me go. Catch you later.
That's good from Callie. Good to see she can take a bit of a joke with not getting the upgrade. Oh, Mike. Do you guys hear anything? Because I don't hear a phone ringing. I'm actually gonna, just hit decline on that. We don't need to talk to Mike. We are going to continue ignoring him and actually actively ignore him with the phone call there. But nice to see Andreo actually maybe getting through to Devon a bit with showing support. And, Devon under a lot of pressure clearly from managing everything. And, he needs to let off some steam with Andreo. And then, like I said, good on Callie for being a good sport about this. As we are going to choose to drive as Aiden with that new upgrade package now for the Spanish Grand Prix mid-race. Wet conditions have turned the Spanish Grand Prix on its head. Hoping to capitalize on the difficult conditions, Aiden Jackson takes the fight to his rivals on track.
How's the weather looking? I mean, I'm no weatherman, but I am expecting it to ease off at some point. I'm going to let you know when to come in. You just keep your head down. Copy that.
I love the fact that Mark in the story mode is apparently just as useless as he can be in the other modes there, not being a weatherman. I'm not asking you to be a weatherman, mate, but you are my race engineer. Gotta need some information. So it's intermediate, but it's clearly maybe going towards dry. So for now, we're staying out, but it might be a case of the way we really jump up the order is, going on to the dries at the right point. I mean, one of the objectives is monitor conditions and push for a higher position. So clearly they want you to try and maybe guess when the best time is to come in to benefit. Right now, we've got some good pace, though. We've overtaken Antonelli. We make quick work of Piastri, the man who just won the IRL Spanish Grand Prix, having a little bit of a squabble and a ding-dong battle on the outside, having to actually commit to the fast right-hander to get the move done. Now catching up to a bunch of traffic. We've got Bortoletto and Doohan. Cars being lapped, this is. Russell ahead, so that's helped us and slowed down Russell somewhat. Hopefully the lapped cars just dive out the way they do. You can see there's a clear bit of a line difference on the racing line to the rest of the track. So that will be a drying line when we come onto these dry tyres, and we are going to come onto them now on lap 12, pitting on a set of soft tyres and coming out just ahead of Lawson, and now pushing like anything to catch up to, well, the next car is Callie Mayer. Hadjar on the road, being a lapped car, using a little bit of DRS from the Frenchman, and now catching up to Mayer, who's been pretty damn good in this race so far with the inferior car, of course. We've got the new upgrade on the car, and we're going to use that upgrade to sail by Callie, but she won't make it easy. It's actually quite a on the limit sort of move there as we try and go around the outside, and she pretty much had us blocked off with the DRS herself from Verstappen. Speaking of, we're now gaining on the Dutchman. Hamilton ahead, and it looks like it's going to be Lando Norris in the lead of this race. We're on the last lap. Is there going to be enough time to catch the leader? We can see the first three cars all ahead of us. I think there is going to be time to maybe get this race win as we try and go aggressively to the left-hand side to kind of get the tighter line, get the better racing line through here. Verstappen forces us to go a little bit off circuit wide over the white line, but we bring it back onto the racing line to get the overtake up into P3. We're going to have to surely dive bomb Hamilton here, and we're going to catch him napping. And Lando Norris, I didn't even notice this. Norris on the Inters. What has McLaren done? Norris on Inters leading the race. No wonder we were catching Lewis and Verstappen so quickly. Even Mayer is up here in P5 right behind Verstappen now because Norris is leading but slowing everyone up on intermediates. So we're going to make quick work of the Brit and get Aiden Jackson up into first place to win this Spanish Grand Prix.
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done. Woo! Yeah! Come on!
A very strong showing from Connor Sports here in rain-soaked Barcelona. Looks like Ferrari will drop a place in the Constructors now as Connor Sport move into second place behind Red Bull.
Yeah, we're starting to see what they were capable of last season when they briefly topped the standings. Can they push for the top again? We'll see.
Big performance there. Post-race of the Spanish Grand Prix, Aiden Jackson puts on a bounce-back performance for Connor Sport in a damp race at Barcelona. Undeterred after his attempts to talk to his teammate Callie Mayer prior to the race, Aiden approaches Devin Butler to see if he can get the siblings talking. Oh, bless him. He's trying, isn't he? I feel like this is going to fail again.
Hey,
Aiden, what can I do for you?
Listen, I just spoke to Callie.
At least someone is.
Yeah, no, it's just that she said that she wanted to talk to you.
Really?
She just bumped into her. She said that
Jackson, mate, it's a noble effort, yeah? You can't play a butler.
I wasn't. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, did you honestly think this was going to work, this little plan of yours? Huh?
Until he said no?
Yeah, I think so. Jackson, next time, try and make it believable, yeah?
You know the last thing that Davidoff said to me? Keep an eye on those two. He knew. He knew that the team wouldn't work if Devin and Callie weren't getting along. Plus, you can't play butler? I guess I took it personally.
That ending is devious. I'm imagining his kind of fingers tapping together maniacally. He has got something planned, and I am all for it. I want to see a bit of fire under Aiden's arse. If it can't be on track, then at least something with the story here in the background. As we're now at Chapter 11, 1 month later for the British Grand Prix. While Connor Sports continue to hold on to second place in the Constructors' Championship, there are many in the media that are still waiting for the team to capitulate in a similar fashion to the previous season. Jesus. Now at their home race, both Aiden Jackson and Callie Mayer hope to silence their detractors, and I hope we can silence them as well, because that's a little bit harsh, isn't it? As we're going to choose to drive as Callie, because I have a feeling that for this chapter, we're going to want to view this chapter from the eyes of Callie, because I think something is going to happen, or Aiden's going to try something with us as Callie and Devon, and I want to kind of be from their perspective to see what the plan is. I don't want it to be given away. I kind of want to find out what their plan is to maybe get them talking. So we're going to drive as Callie here, and we're going to get a phone call though from Andreo.
Andreo?
Callie, are you free?
Yeah, just checking the latest on the weather.
I'm calling a meeting. My office in 10 minutes.
Oh, sounds urgent.
Sort of. I'll tell you when you get here.
Okay, see you in 10.
Thanks, Callie.
See you in 10, indeed. I think Aiden has pulled rank with Andreo, knowing that they'll at least respect Andreo and think that Andreo actually does want some sort of team meeting. So I think they're going to walk into a room with each other, and Andreo is basically going to be late or not there.
Pens. I didn't know he did pen. Did you know he did pen? Should get one for my desk.
Nobody uses pens anymore.
Oh, I was right, and I.
Where is Andreo?
Just give him a minute.
Classic.
Nope, I'm gonna head.
Oh, I'll tell him you have to take a call.
You stop. You know, this whole thing would be a lot easier if you were just a bit more understanding.
Easier for you.
What are you talking about? You have my support.
Support?
Yes, you know that.
Wow.
What?
You have never been more distracted than you are right now. There is always something more important to deal with.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got quite a lot on at the moment.
Okay, so where is the support you talk about, Dev? Because I haven't seen it.
Come on, Cal, you're fine.
How would you know?
I mean, Dad's death didn't affect you like it affected me, for a start.
So it's about Dad now.
Well, I mean, you weren't sad. You didn't grieve. For all I know, you were happy about it.
If you had asked me, then you wouldn't have to guess.
If you were upset, I would have asked you.
Do you even care?
Of course I care.
Evidently not.
Cal? You okay?
Fine.
Hey. Look. I didn't know you. You should have told me. Hey. I'm sorry.
Tell me about the business.
Ugh. You don't want to know.
I mean it. Why is it so difficult?
Business is in trouble, Cal. Like, serious trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Buying Connor Sport nearly bankrupted by the Global. It's on a knife edge. We can't go public.
What?
Yeah.
How come?
I don't know. It's weird. It's like the company's only as rich as people think it is. And if any of this gets out, then the whole thing falls to pieces.
And you've been keeping this all a secret?
Andrea knows. He's been helping me with the board. They could just sell up, balance the books. We're not in a strong position.
So, Dad bought Connor Sport and then left you to clean up the mess?
We are where we are. Classic Dad.
And the only way to prove Connor Sport's value is to make a run for the title. Do we have to win?
Can't argue with first place. Oh. You can tell Andrea I had to take this.
Do what you gotta do.
Mikey! How are you, bud? Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm good. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sounds nice.
Well, there we have it now. Callie knows more than ever performances are needed. British Grand Prix mid-race with the home crowd roaring her on. Callie Mayer sets her sights on closing the gap between Connor Sport and Red Bull.
Okay, what are you saying about your tyres?
Good, really good.
Good stuff. Right, I want to see some pressure put on those up front, please. Let's go. Push, push.
Copy.
So the objective is pretty simple. Catch up to Lawson before lap 8. That seems, well, I hope it's doable as we press on into the middle of this British Grand Prix. Let's see where we are at the moment. P11, Lawson P6. So 5 positions ahead. If we make quick work of these cars, then we should be in some clean air to press on to that second Red Bull as Sainz. We're right up his chuff, but he's actually going to pull into the pits. Thank you very much. One less position to worry about. Now we need to make quick work of Antonelli and Behrman, the two Formula 2 teammates, or former teammates, I should say, together on track here in formation. We get Antonelli, bit of a snapper over steers, one of the hard tyres with Callie. Soft tire for Antonelli, but clearly maybe feeling the tyre wear as we now power on with DRS. A little bit of battery use. Behrman awkwardly parking the car in the middle. We'll go to the inside and get the move done just before Luffield up into P8, and now onto the back of Sir Lewis Hamilton. Leclerc, fastest lap of the Grand Prix, maybe out in front as we fake from the left to the right. And Hamilton a bit defenseless there with DRS, of course. And now we've got Lawson in the sights on lap 5, let alone lap 8. Sonoda ahead of him in the RB. That's awkward, isn't it?
Here comes Callie Mayer, all over the rear wing of Liam Lawson. Down the old main straight we go, towards Cops, and she's going for it, and she sends herself, and Liam Lawson spinning out of the race.
Ah, dear, oh dear. Just wonder, could Lawson have done anything different there? Well, is it all on Mayo? It was a late move. Oh, I'd love to see that from a different angle.
It was aggressive from Mayer, whichever way you look at it, but there's the end result. Liam Lawson and Callie Mayer out here at Silverstone, and there's Aidan Jackson racing through.
Oh dear, Callie Mayer had her own Verstappen-Hamilton incident at Silverstone. Just had to be written in the stars. Post-race British Grand Prix, Chapter 11. Not quite the homecoming race. Callie Mayer will have wanted a racing incident between herself and Red Bull's Liam Lawson takes both drivers out of the British GP.
Callie, can you just talk us through the collision with Liam? What happened?
Look, he didn't leave me much space to work with, and I think he knew what would happen when he shut me off. Liam's got to make a split-second decision when another driver makes a move on him like that, and if he'd given me a little bit more space, it would be a different story. Sadly, he put us both out of the race today.
Tough day at the office, some valuable points lost. Where do you go from here?
Well, you know, we all get a DNF from time to time, so I'm in good company. This was round 12, and we've got 12 more to go, so if anything, it will just push me to work harder for the rest of the season. I'd rather it hadn't happened, obviously, but there's plenty of time left to make up for it.
So do you think what happened today will have a wider impact on your season?
I mean, I hope to learn from it. This is only my third season in F1, so I'm still trying to learn whatever I can from every race, because that's the only way I'll improve. You've got to know when to push and when to hold back, and ultimately that's something only experience can teach you. I'll go over it all with the team and figure out exactly what happened, and we'll come back stronger next race.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So trying to move past the incident as much as we can, I think, with the answers and being very analytical or cold in a way, as Callie would be probably, as we now go to post-race from the British Grand Prix. After a disappointing race, Callie Mayer heads back to the Connosport trailer to find some time away from the glare of the media and the rest of the paddock.
Go away. Oh, I know. Just spare me the lecture, okay?
What? I have one ready to go. I mean, it's all there for you.
I don't get it, Dev. I really don't. We're working our tails off to try and bail Dad out, and he's not even here. I really thought he knew what he was doing. Why would he risk so much?
Well, I guess he just really wanted to own Connosport. Another toy to show off to his mates at the yacht club.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just came here to tell you you're an idiot.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and you know, you have to do much better next time, and this season must be a success. Throw in some veiled threats about contract renewal, that kind of thing.
Right, yeah. Well, consider me thoroughly motivated.
Good. Then my work here is done. Oh. Yeah. You know that was the wrong call out there today, Cal.
Yeah, I know.
But I liked it. He took a shot. I can relate to that.
Thanks, Dev.
Runs in the family.
Oh, they're relating to each other, as they should, as relatives, of course, quite literally relatives. But it looks like maybe things are starting to heal a little bit, as we have news from the contract renewal. Talent scouts completed their search. They believe they found a younger, considerable cheaper alternative to Noah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely calling his bluff. I'm just going to go with the clean slate thing and just go with Julius. It seems like calling the bluff worked, by the way, because Noah was an option. He came back, but I'm just going to go for the clean slate just because that's the kind of management style I have as Aiden.
I think it worked.
How so?
I saw them after the race. They were actually okay.
Okay, how? What did you see?
They were talking like I don't know, like normal people.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they spoke. I think it worked. You did it, Andrea.
Well, it was your idea.
Yeah, but it had to come from you. So, thanks for backing me.
For the good of the team.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Andrea.
Devon!
Yeah, you played me, Andrea. That meeting between me and Cal, you were never going to attend. I realized it just now. It's a scam.
I told you I got held up.
Yeah, it's very uncharacteristic of you, Andrea. You're not the scheming type.
Devon, I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. What am I missing here?
okay? Who put you up to this? I need to know what's going on. Oh my God, Jackson! Jackson, wasn't it? That little piece of...
Whoa. Okay, now look. Maybe we schemed a little bit. Isn't that straight out of the Butler playbook? Huh? You needed to talk to each other.
Oh, God, you're annoying! Especially when you're right.
I'm always right, Devon. Even when I'm wrong.
Yeah. Look, I know some of my decisions recently have been suboptimal, but I'm coming up with a plan, okay? Just give me a bit more time and we're gonna turn things around, all right?
All right. Good job today.
Too many compliments make me feel sick, all right? Ciao.
Things are starting to head in the right direction. Hey, Aiden's happy with what he's done. Andreo is happy. He's making a bit more progress with Devon, and Devon's able to, have a little bit of a almost joke about, the situation of them orchestrating that chat. So, yeah, I think we have, we've got the achievement of it. I think we are mending bridges, aren't we? As we go to now 2 months later at the Italian Grand Prix, Chapter 12. Consistency over the past few races has helped Connor Sport start to slowly close the gap on their first place rivals, Red Bull. Before the Italian GP, Devon Butler makes an important discovery he is keen to share with his sister.
Well, the team will be a success. And you propose, what exactly, a sale? How's that going to look, Mike? We've only just acquired the team.
But the projections...
Projections be damned! Read my lips. We are not selling Connor Sport. As long as I'm still breathing, I will see California make a name for herself on this team. We will continue to support this team, and this team will continue to support Callie.
But
I have another meeting to attend. Good day, gentlemen.
You wanted to know why he risked so much. Guess now we know. You okay?
Yeah.
You know, when Dad left me the business, I didn't ask for it. I mean, I didn't want it. I don't know. I felt ungrateful for feeling that way.
But it means he cared.
Yeah. In his way.
In his way. I'm gonna watch it one more time.
Yeah, sure.
The team will be a success.
So now we know why Connor Sport was in such financial disarray. Davidoff just didn't care. He wanted to do good by his children. He believed in Callie. And that is why he kind of shoved off the board. He had to deal with the board before his passing. In the same way now Devon and Andreo are having to, as we now move to pre-race for the Italian Grand Prix, with reports of financial trouble at Butler Global starting to be reported in the media. The Connor Sport team are hoping for another standout performance from their drivers to show the world that they're serious about contending for the championship. So we're kind of having to, with the on-track performances, almost bat away the financial issues. And now we've got the board as a story issue. We've delayed as long as we can, but we need to decide the course of action. Shareholders want to maximize as much short-term profit as possible. That's never a good sign, to be honest, when any company wants to do that. So we can either disrupt them, so you could do everything possible to frustrate them, or oppose them. We're here to compete. Once-in-a-lifetime season. The future's not guaranteed. We can't let this opportunity pass us by. I feel like we should just go with that. Just be defiant. Just be like, look, we're in a title fight. If we win it, the issues go away. So just trust me here. So we're going for it. We've had some positive reactions from the news about Julius as well. So we made the right decision there in not re-signing Noah. Whether that makes much of a difference to the team, I don't know, but we certainly get a little bit of bonusing on the reputation, I suppose, as we get a phone call from Devon.
Devon.
You're hearing what I'm hearing, right?
We have to keep the 25 development alive. We're in a title fight. It is absolutely outrageous to suggest we just let this opportunity go to waste.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. We haven't built this team up for nothing. I mean, this is our project, Andrea. We have to fight for it.
It's you, Devon.
Sorry?
It's you who has to fight. I've been wearing 2 hats for months, but it's not enough. We need you. We need you to take charge.
Well, I am in charge. I'm...
No. It's not a job title, not shareholdings. Get your hands dirty. Oh, crack some skulls.
All right. Just... Listen, I'll think about it, all right? It's not going to be easy. I'm just... I'll think of something. All right, ciao.
I love now we're seeing Andrea and Devon in cahoots. They're like, we can't let them do this. They're the big mans, the board. We can't let them get away with this. Very big change from the start of the episode, and they're very much against the man being their board of directors. So I can relate to that, to be honest. But yeah, it's good to see. It's nice to see that evolution and the arcs of the stories coming towards their kind of latter stages as we go on through this season. And we've got classic Devon Butler there, and then not and then he's not capitalized team or building. For whatever reason, that really annoys me. He just always does that. He doesn't capitalize anything in his emails, but they're definitely on the same page then, for sure, as a united front as we go now towards the race. And we've got pressure from the top. Taking a page out of Davidoff Butler's motivational handbook, it seems Devon has been speaking loudly about what we can do in this race then. So it's the same gist as before, as what do we want to do? Agree with Devon or play it cautious? I'm going to go for agree. Let's go for it. Like father, like son, the Butlers certainly have a way to do things. And let's put the money where the mouth is of Devon Butler. As we go to mid-race then, an extraordinary performance in qualifying set Aiden Jackson up for the race in Monza. Leading from the start, he now finds himself under pressure from the current world champion, Max Verstappen.
Verstappen's closing in on Jackson, looking to overtake, switches to the right, has to switch to the left, Jackson moves again, but that's got to be an issue with the stewards.
They'll definitely be looking into that one, because he's moved twice there under the braking zone. It was certainly enough to block Verstappen.
And it has been noted by race control, so let's see what the stewards say.
Okay, Aiden, I'm afraid you've been given a drive-through penalty. Copy? What? Oh, come on. Why? Moving under braking, mate. We've got 3 laps to serve the penalty, so box within 3 laps, please. But I gave him space. Okay, fine.
That's a pretty damn harsh penalty. A drive-through for moving under braking and blocking. I mean, I know they didn't plan this, EA, and I didn't plan this as well, the timing of this episode. But following that Spanish Grand Prix, how are we getting a drive-through for that? And then in real life, Verstappen got a 10 seconds for what he did to Russell. What? Pretty crazy. So surely this just puts our entire race in disarray. Where we've got, 4 laps to go. We've just done a drive-through. Verstappen's now way out in the lead, and our objective isn't changing. It is still finish in first place. Push until the end to recover as many possible positions, and the golden objective is still first place as we come up behind Verstappen's teammate Lawson. Well, it looks like we are going to be wringing the neck out of this Connosport car in order to get first place, because I'm pretty sure that Max at this point is like, 20 seconds ahead at least. I don't know what a drive-through equates to in Monza. Obviously, the pit stop's probably about 25 seconds, isn't it, or something like that? But a drive-through with no pit stop is a little bit less time than that, because you're just driving down the pit lane as we make quick work now of the home favourite, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, the Italian stallion, in a Mercedes, though, not driving the black prancing horse. That's ahead of him in P4 of Lewis Hamilton. In between him and me is his old teammate Russell, who gives us a good old squeeze towards the grass, but we make a horrendous dive bomb, and it wasn't really planned, I'm not going to lie, but I just kept closing on Lewis, so I thought, look, we're aiming for first. We really need to take no prisoners here in this race, and so we make quick work of Hamilton. We make quick work of Callie Mayer as well, as we are pretty much going for the most aggressive moves I can ever pull off on an AI. You know, usually I like to drive with a bit of realism of, okay, pretend like they're a real driver, but in this instance, even in the story mode, the mountain was so high to climb. Like, this was probably the most flat out I've pushed in the story mode yet, because the time gap was actually a bit ridiculous to me to catch up to Verstappen, and it's taken to the very last lap. I mean, it's insane timing to do it. Onto the last sector, we get the move to retake Verstappen to still win this Italian Grand Prix.
Well done. Yes, go! Let's go! Yes! That's it, lads!
Give me your thoughts on Jackson's
Beauties.
drive-through penalty this afternoon.
Well, I've had a look, Crofty, and for me, it's pretty clear-cut. I mean, he's defended late and then moves back to his line, all under the braking zone, and it's not like he doesn't know what the rules are.
That's a very good point. Question I've got, does he make that move against anyone other than Verstappen?
Well, Aidan, tough day. You've received a penalty for moving under braking against Verstappen. What's your take on it?
Yeah, it's just one of those things, you know. Sometimes you make a move and it doesn't pay off. And at the time, I didn't feel like I had done anything wrong, but I don't have the same view as the stewards. So I've just got to take this one on the chin and reflect on what happened. And yeah, just make sure it doesn't happen again.
Now, did you feel you had to defend more aggressively today because it was a Red Bull behind you?
Maybe a bit, yeah. Look, anytime Max gets past, it's potentially a big point swing between Red Bull and Conesport, but, you know, those are points we desperately need. And especially moving into the latter stages of this season, you know, a lot of drivers like to say it doesn't matter who you're up against, but honestly, sometimes it does.
The season's not over yet, but how would you assess your performance so far this season?
Honestly, I'm not where I want to be. I think I've had too many mistakes and missed too many opportunities. So, yeah, to be honest, I've let myself down and I've let the team down at times, and I think I just need to step it up. Look, I'm not here to just bring in a few points. I want to be consistently winning races and challenging the very best in this sport. And to do that, I need to take responsibility for the results that haven't been good enough.
Thank you so much for your time.
So we're playing Aiden as defiant as ever in the answers there. You know, he's not happy with the performances, you know, wanting to push on the team basically was the thought there as we go to post-race of the Italian Grand Prix at Chapter 12 here at the end. Hit with a penalty whilst defending against Max Verstappen. Aiden Jackson still manages to finish the Italian Grand Prix in a solid position for Conesport. Post-race, Devin Butler looks to inspire the team to maintain their run of form. Well, we're going to have to wait till the next episode, guys, to see that inspiration. I cannot wait. It's going to be absolutely historical levels of motivational speech, I'm sure, from the absolutely ever present Devin Butler and his incredible management style as a CEO of this team. I think you'll agree. But guys, if you have enjoyed this part of my playthrough of Breaking Point 3, then be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.